Hi my friend, this is Vivian from YIPPEE. The mission of my entire YIPPEE channel is to help you, my friend, to find your own kind of happiness. I just want to make the world a happier place to be, just that simple. So today I'm going to do this video that I have been wanting to do since day one of setting up this channel. And I'm taking this chance today because it's early 2022. Most of us are setting the New Year resolution in January. So I want to take the chance to share with you all the top 5 lessons I've learned from running my own restaurant. I'm not going to talk about the technical experience and knowledge that I've learned how to manage a restaurant, but how to maintain good mental health while I run my restaurant. A big part of being truly happy is to get your mind really happy, and that's mental health. Number 1, how to manage uncertainties while remaining calm. Very difficult, to be honest. I'm still learning. I'm doing much better compared to day one of running my own restaurant. But every now and then, I still get affected. One of the main reasons is just uncertainties bring a lot of anxiety because we feel helpless. We don't know what's going to happen, so we don't know what to expect. And that alone can generate a lot of negative emotions. My way of dealing with emotion is first, whether this situation is out of my control. If it's totally out of my control, I should let go. If it's under my control, then what can I do to improve the situation? Once I got this thinking set up, I found that I feel much better. When it's out of my control, there's no point to get very upset. It just doesn't worth my time, right? So I should just forget it. And when it happens, I will respond. When I can identify things that I can improve, that I can do to make it better, then I go to do it. If we can do something, it actually helps us feel better. If there are areas that you can improve, certainly do it. It will help you because you will feel like you're doing something. You're helping the situation. The second situation that things are out of your control is more difficult. But to be honest, if it's out of your control, what can you do? Instead of getting upset, worried, affecting your life, and things will not getting better because you are worried, then what's the point of you doing this? Let me share with you one example. Back then, I used to be sad when it rains. It's because if you run a restaurant or retail business in general, you probably know that weather is a big factor that can affect your business. If it's rain, a storm coming, too hot, too cold, it will definitely impact your business because people are just not coming out. I used to wake up, look at outside the window, and I saw, oh, today raining. Then I could go upset, just that, because I knew I'm not going to do much today. Gradually, I just feel this is so silly. I cannot really control how the weather will be, right? So I guess I just have to accept and hope for the next day going to be sunny again. The progress of managing your emotions is actually, I feel like that's actually a first step. First, when I know there's emotion kicking in, I need some time to accept this fact, okay? So during the time that you haven't accepted it, you will be bothered, you will be upset. Once you digest the news, that you accept it, then you will decide to move on and your mind will focus on other things and you will feel much better. Try this. I want you guys to be able to manage uncertainties because not just in my restaurant, I'm sure in life there are so many things that can go wrong, not going the way that we want them to be. So if we can keep calm and not affect our emotions, that will be very, very good. Number 2, you cannot please everyone. And in fact, you should not try to please everyone. No matter how hard you try, how many effort, energy, time you put in, there are always people complain. So just accept that. Especially nowadays, everyone has a loud voice. If that person chooses to write to you in an email privately, that's actually the best case scenario, because you can solve this with this person face to face, and usually it's much easier to deal with when you understand the situation. But most of the time, people just go online and write a comment and saying this is not what they want to be and blah blah blah, it's so bad. So you feel very hurtful. Make comment ignoring the fact that someone's actually putting a lot of effort. But to be honest, you can't blame them, right? Everyone has the right to do whatever they want to be, and you have the right to control how you feel. So what I do is, when I am not that strong mentally to filter off these emotions, I don't read these comments often. Yes, you need to read because you want to see anything that goes wrong, so they are helping you to improve your business. So you should read it, but you should read it calmly and not feeling hurtful. It's quite hard sometimes because sometimes people are not writing very constructively. It can be a lot of emotions, negative emotions on that comment also. But you just have to learn. Everyone can say whatever they want. They can choose not to come back, right? And us, have the right to choose to continue to do what we want to do. So don't forget that. You should identify the target market you want to be, and you are serving this target market. Most of the time, people making complaint, they are not your target customers. That's why they don't resonate you. They don't appreciate your product. So if it's this, then why are you getting upset with people that are not your target customer? Don't let people affect your emotions, especially people who don't matter. Number 3, don't change people. I've actually done a separate video on this because this is so important. I spend a lot of time trying to change people, my staff, my head chef. I try to want them to do things that I want to do, ignoring their interests, their specialties, their knowledge, their experience. If you want him to be on your team, you should accept him who he is, because that's why you're hiring him, right? You're hiring him because he got this talent, and you're trying to change them to do something else, which totally not their talent. Of course, it's not going to work because they don't know how to do. I think most of the time people do this because we feel that this is not our fault if I try to change other people. So when things are not going in the right direction, it's their responsibility because they are not changing for you. But to be honest, this is a false hope. So I realized that to really do what I want to do, I should change myself. I should develop a new business goal, or I should hire other people who have talents on this area instead of changing the existing staff. And this applies to all kind of situation in life. For example, we often try to change our partners, our boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, to accommodate us, right? When we demand them to change, if you are not, then you don't love me. Not only it's hard for them to change because they are just not that, it's just logically wrong, because we should love this person the way he is or she is. Why do we want to change that person to fit us? Don't try to change people. If you want to change people, think about yourself, what you can do to change yourself to be happy. Because when you try to change other people, I can guarantee you that's a dead end. Number 4, how to get people to listen to you. When you are running your own business, you have so many negotiations to make every day. For me as a business owner, my objective is getting the best benefit of the whole company, right? And how do I get that is to able to talk to the person that I need to talk to have them understand our situation so we can compromise and get a solution that is the most beneficial for my business. But most of the time, people just rush in. They would talk about what is the best for them. Okay, this is the most common mistake everyone will make. We ignore the needs, the person you are talking to. You don't listen to them. You just go in and say what you want to do. Then why do they need to listen to you? Because they are not having any good, right? Getting people listen to you, you really have to go into their shoes to find out what they want, what they feel, how to make them happy, because when they're happy, they will say yes. So it's actually a very important technique in communication, because communication is two-way. You cannot just go one way and saying what you want. You really have to go two ways and listen to what they want. So when you make a proposal, you are including their emotions, and that makes your communication much more effective. Lesson number 5, you have to always be prepared for worst case scenario and hope for the best. Referring to our number 1 lesson, we have so many uncertainties we have to deal with, right? So we really have to hope for the best and believe things will sort out in a way you want them to be. At the same time, you really need to have your worst case scenario be prepared, because you don't want any surprise. When you are surprised, it will hit your emotion. You will feel sad, and you will probably even panic and don't know what to do. You don't want that. When you run your own business, you need to be sharp and always know what to do. So you really need to be prepared for the worst case scenario. And once I have my worst case scenario built in, my emotion is not affected, because I've already expected that. Anything in life, you should try to think the worst case scenario and be prepared if you can take it, or what you're going to do if this happens. When you're all prepared, you won't be surprised. And when you won't be surprised, you won't get upset. So these 5 lessons are the secrets of how I maintain a calm emotion and healthy mental state despite of this chaotic work life. To wrap up, I want you all to think about the reason why are you doing this. For me, I think about why am I running this Mexican restaurant. So you really go back to the root, because once you understand, you will be willing to do a lot of things that you might not want to do, but because it helps you achieve your objective, you will be willing to do it. So go back to find out whatever you want to do, find out the reason why you want to do it. You might be just want to realize, want to have some fun, want to achieve something. You really need to crystallize it. You need to understand why you're doing this. Once you get this clear, all these 5 lessons will come very easy for you. And if you like what I do, please click like of my videos, because your support means so much to me. And subscribe my channel and turn on the notifications so you won't miss any of my updates. So again, Happy New Year. I will see you in my next video. I love you all. Bye.